Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, cyberspace. Yep, it's Hump Day, Wednesday already. Can you imagine that? Here we are, May 13th, 2026. We're halfway through May, just about too. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah.
And so good evening, everybody. I'm your host, your guide, the Squatchdetective Steve Kulls, along with my co-host, the co-host with the most, Mr. Chris Bennett. What's going on, my brother?
Steve, man, good to see you. I'm rocking my new mini headset thing here that makes my head look larger. Maybe I'll appear smarter with the larger head.
Or it makes your ears look smaller, one or the other thing. Right?
Oh, yeah. But at least, you know, I just picked these up here. Well, at least I'm not rocking this one anymore.
That's what happened when Chris sneezes.
Oh, you know, those are a great headset, too. And I just pulled that out to take them off, and then pow! You know, just fell right off in my hands. I guess can't get high quality anymore.
The end of the last show, Chris told me I broke my headset.
Yeah, broke my headset. And that other one I was using, well, you know, I could only hear through one ear, and that's kind of difficult because both my ears normally work, and I like to use both of them whenever possible. But oh well. Anyway, nice weather. Been enjoying some lawnmower maintenance. Not really, but some things you got to do. But Andy's really been doing a good job on it. I've been so proud of him. He swapped an engine over by itself. He did good. Only had to help just a little bit.
Very nice. So, Chris, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have a time when, folks, Chris wants a vacation and he needs a deserved vacation. He wants to take the summer off, and I don't know what particular date Chris has in mind.
Oh, but anytime. You know, I just didn't want to leave you in a lurch or anything. We could get a co-host to replace me, and believe me, that's not hard.
No, not to replace you temporarily.
Yeah. Well, that would be great. But I like to get some other stuff going on, you know, this summer, because right now it's really the Bigfoot news is dried up here in Kentucky. I don't know why, but not much sign. Well, not any sign in particular this year. So I'm definitely not going to be out there tromping around in the woods in the summertime either, but I do have some other stuff to get done. I'd like to get done through the summer, mainly a little traveling.
Right, yeah.
I enjoy getting out and traveling some, and I haven't done that in several years now.
Yeah, and we have been hammered down on the channel for the last couple of years, so it's been a couple of years since we've taken a hiatus, or we've taken some time, you know. We've taken a couple of weeks here and there, or a week here and there, but we really haven't had any real long period of time.
I want to do some driving around or some visitation out west and see what's going on out there. And you never know, you know, I may run into a Bigfoot out there somewhere. Who knows? Probably won't be going to Bluff Creek though. That was one of the planned destinations I had in mind, you know, for years prior to recent events. So considering recent events, I'm probably not interested in going to see Bluff Creek area. Although I could get me a 5-gallon bucket of dirt and we could make out like bandits. We could sell for $5 a vial. You know?
Yeah, like somebody we knew. Should have had that tested for blood samples, huh?
Not mention any names, but yeah, I mean, you could possibly get DNA evidence there, according to some people. Who knows? Yeah, that worked out real well, didn't it?
Well, tonight's topic kind of is an interesting one. I've been kind of holding this in for the better part of a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how to word this, other than the fact that it seems like we're debating less and less about the film and more about personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On one hand, there's the one channel that saw the film,
right,
that has kind of tried to say, it's funny because both sides, and I'm trying to stay in the middle, but both sides are all saying it's about the money, which I find it hysterical. And I don't think it's either side is about the money. We've talked about, a film company does what a film company does. That's what they do for a living. So is it about the money for them? Probably not. Is it about sensation? Well, maybe. Is it about an agenda? Maybe. But on the other side of the argument, the fact that, legacy Bigfoot researchers, which apparently I'm included in that group, worry nothing but about the money. The reason why the particular group that's really clinging to the Patterson-Gimlin film being real, i.e. Munns, is because of money. And I don't see that either.
If you go into the Bigfoot hobby or the Bigfoot field of investigation to try to make money, you're in the wrong business. There ain't none here, folks. I mean, you might get enough to pay for your gas if you're going somewhere. That's about it. It's not happening, folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't understand, aside from the media or even the documentary saying that the Bigfoot field is $1 billion industry. Well, where's that $1 billion going to?
Wow. Yeah. They must be counting Jack Link's beef jerky, maybe. I don't know.
It may be going to the Bigfoot vendors that are selling their wares at conferences, but it's certainly not going, all to me or anybody else. So I don't know where they pick those numbers out of the air. I've seen no accounting for any claims about money anywhere.
No. And even when Dyer, cashed in on his hoax, I mean, I don't think he even got like $100,000.
No, he got 50. 50.
50, yeah.
And I have the bank receipt for that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know
what? Coincidentally, it's kind of funny because the one side likes to act that FOIL requests are unique to him, but it's something I've done in the past over the years. Remember the old Waterford, New York one where, the John Green was there and it said it was reported in the record. So I found the newspaper article from the newspaper article. I did a FOIL request to the police department and I ended up getting 2 police reports. If you recall, during the Georgia hoax, I foiled it and I got the whole 98 pages of police documents from that thing. And that's how I can tell you, yes, it was the $50,000 was withdrawn from a bank account. We have the ATM receipt as part of that particular thing. I mean, it's nothing new, but God bless him if, that's what he focuses on. Good for him. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Does it move the ball forward? I don't know. Unless there's something revealing in one of those documents. And I hope there is someday. But to condemn everybody, just to say it's all about the money, that's a bit cynical, wouldn't you think? And as much as I have been a lifelong investigator, I am cynical a lot of times about nothing. There are a few things I am cynical about, and that's when I see patterns, and that's when I say, yeah, well, that's not going to be real because I've seen that 1,000 times.
Yep.
But, it's built on a belief system that everybody is motivated by money, and if you read the psychology of Bigfoot, we find out that only a very, very small percentage of people are motivated by money.
Yep. Right.
You may find joy at a job, and if you can squeak by on it, you stay in that job.
Right.
Right? If, there's been people who have had, 6-figure jobs that hate it, and they end up doing something for a lot less money because it doesn't make them happy.
Yeah.
So we have to think about that for a minute. And Quantum, Reverend Quantum says, more money, more problems. I'm not so sure I believe in that either. More money for me would be, all right, less problems, right? I wouldn't make problems.
Well, there's nothing wrong with money. I mean, nobody is kicking money, but there are just certain ways that you're not going to make a lot of money in this industry.
Hey, Jay Fritz. Jay, good to see you, brother. We haven't seen you in a while in chat. Good to see you, man. We were worried about you. I was about ready to call David Pilates on you and try to see if he could find you.
Oh. Hey, Henry. Yeah, it's good to see you. Henry May.
But, I come from a unique position in this field. Is that, yes, I had a fascination as a child about the Bigfoot topic. But as I became a teenager, I forgot about it. Long forgot about it and didn't really remember it until that friend of mine in 97 said, you got to read this book. It's about Bigfoot sightings in our area.
Right.
And then in 98, I got involved as a real-world investigator, thinking, this is probably a bunch of horse shit. I bet you I go through this. Now, there I was being cynical.
Right.
And boy, did that change my mind over the years.
Yeah.
So I don't come from the branding of this is the Bigfoot community and the Patterson-Gimlin film influenced me to jump into it. Or, yes, did I have a bias for the Patterson-Gimlin film at one time? Absolutely. But as I've matured, as an investigator, matured as an older man, they do say wisdom comes with age, and I must certainly say that is so at time. And I take nothing at face value for it anymore when it comes to evidence. And for that case, I deal with everything as I have for years on a case-by-case basis. Yep. My belief in this creature doesn't even stem from my own sightings. It started to stem from my own belief in some of the witnesses I personally interviewed. So that kind of puts me in a unique take. I didn't become a researcher because I saw a Bigfoot or I was influenced by any particular film. I was influenced by a book about a bunch of sighting reports, and that inspired me to go double down on it and see if what they were saying was true and correct to the best of their knowledge. And from all intents and purposes, it was. Including talking to some of the witnesses in that particular book. Over the years, I've managed to track down many. So that kind of puts me in a unique position. And, legacy Bigfoot researcher. Yeah, I think the only reason why is because I've been around for so long. And because, yes, I've been put on shows, but I haven't been put on a lot of shows because of my skeptical take on things. Until it just so happened, a show came to me that appreciates a skeptical take. A serious skeptical take.
Yeah.
Where they give evidence and they are willing to put my views on that show. Marvelous. How much do I make for that show? Nothing. Oh, hang on. Have I ever charged taking anybody out on an expedition? No. I've always said it's my honor to have them go out with me.
Yep.
You know, and I've taken families out before. Oh, yeah, come on, we'll take a run up to my area, go out there for a few hours, have them,
Sure.
you know, do the paces a little bit, but nothing serious. But I'm taking them to my research area in the hopes that maybe the big guys will perform. More often than so, they don't.
Yeah.
Right? As Jen and Finding the Trackway and can attest to, sometimes they do. They do perform.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no guarantee. Sometimes you get 16 years between sightings.
Rev Quantum Baker says, hold on, I'll move my TV to get a better position. You know, the bottom line is that I'm in it for the pure enjoyment of it. And, you know, is it even about proving the creature exists anymore to me? It's more about the experience. I mean, I've kind of moved into that. I just love to get out there and have another experience. That's what it's about. And I like sharing why I do this channel. As you can see, it's pretty much a break-even deal doing this podcast. And even if, you know, you make a little bit more in the end than you don't, it's my fun to use all this technology and use my former abilities as a public speaker and as an instructor and as everything I was in my 20s before I mean, when I was in my 20s, I was not into the Bigfoot field. I was doing my own thing.
Yeah,
That's right. On occasion, they do whoop it up. That's very true. And you know, I got to say, I was a fire department training officer. I was a CPR instructor. I was a trainer for other investigators and loss prevention agents that were getting into the field. I was a teacher. I went to the New York State Fire Academy and took the training officer workshops. I went to the New York State Fire Academy, you know, to train the trainer for mass confidence, which unfortunately developed into a little bit of a claustrophobia for me. Long story there, but so when I bring this unique take to the field that I felt for many years I'm an outsider. You know, I'm not a traditionalist that I got to stomp for the Patterson-Gimlin film, or I got to stomp for the Sierra Sounds, or I got to stomp for whatever else. You know, that's why I'm able to look at these things objectively. If anybody ever read the book I wrote in 2020, the Sasquatch Playbook, I bring some of those concerns that I have about some of those particular items out. I have no problem doing that. Doesn't mean I believe. It doesn't mean I disbelieve. But I have to keep the jury out on that in my head. And I've always leaned towards the Patterson-Gimlin film being real. Never outright said 100% it's real. Now you have people right now that are arguing that's 100% real. But why is that? Why do you think they're doing that? Do you think it's because of money? Let me give you a great example. The sideways tilt on that is that the legacy Bigfoot researchers, when they're defending the Patterson-Gimlin film, are all lying. They're in it for the money, and they're just defending the film out of profit. No, they truly believe it. It's real. Yep. You can tell by the way they vehemently argue it. Because I'm going to tell you something. As a forensic interviewer, when you catch a liar trying to defend the crime and they're lying to do it, they're not very damned passionate about it. And all I've heard are passion from folks. Passion to the point where it goes overboard, like doxing people That's not right. And I will stand by the, Eric's side in that. Doxing is not right. Should never have been done. Nobody should be calling his work.
Yeah.
Daniel Perez saying that Eric might be lying about the doxing. I don't think that's right either. Right? That was said. I don't think that's right either. Then again, ambushing Bob Gimlin at a Bigfoot conference is not right. That the filmmakers done that. I tried to defend that, but being in Bob's position at conferences, yes, that's a friggin' ambush.
Yeah.
It's not the time nor the venue to be doing that type of thing. Because a person gets in a certain mindset. And when you're all day long dealing with person after person after person, now all of a sudden these folks are here with the camera in your puss. Right? Yeah, no.
Oh,
so I get that. But I don't think for 1 minute Bill Munns is lying about how he feels about the Patterson-Gimlin film.
No.
And can you say stuff on camera and then later on go, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. Maybe I should have said it differently. Maybe I've had time to think about a particular topic. And in retrospect, I'm completely wrong about it. Yes, that happens.
Yep. Oh.
You all right, Chris?
People make mistakes,
Well, we made them.
Yep. And, first to admit it. We don't double down. No. If we made a mistake, well, sorry, we was wrong.
Do I think one side or the other side should name call? No.
Doesn't move anything down the field there.
And I know one person who's using 4-letter words at people. Shame on them. And I publicly said, let's act adult in this. Happens. Absolutely. Nobody is infallible, myself included.
Reverend Quantum Bigfoot says, but what about those new wave Bigfooters that are claiming the Patterson-Gimlin film is fake for the YouTube ad money now? They're the same people claiming the legacy researchers are doing it for the money.
I've lost. Everybody thinks, oh, you're making so much money on YouTube.
Well, you've cleared that up.
and in that retrospect, if you're sitting there that people are doing it for the money all the time, then maybe you shouldn't have a Patreon page. If you're going to take a high road like that, eliminate all your monetization.
Yeah.
I've never taken that high road. You can, if you can make a dime off this honestly, you can do it.
Well, see, the problem is, you're going in the hole every month. And unless you get some sort of ad revenue from something to help pay for some of this stuff, you'll go broke.
I agree.
Got to have something coming in.
I agree, but you see how perception, and I don't fault anybody for having a Patreon page. That's not my point. No. My point being is that if you're going to sit there calling out people for making money on things and money off of Bigfoot, then why would you have a Patreon page? Just saying. Right. Yeah, to break even. There you go. Right?
Yeah.
So it's legitimate.
Believe me, if I'm out...
It's legitimate if you want to make money honestly and you're not twisting people's arms and are you giving them something? Or, like our channel, like our membership area, we always advertise it as a way to support the channel. Do I throw stuff up there? Occasionally. If I got something interesting or something like, now the weather's getting nicer, and unfortunately I was off today, and I wanted to shoot some really cool video today for the membership area, except it was raining like cats and dogs. And it just rained a little while ago too. So I was going to, because I was keeping with the theme of, I did that piece on the Surrender site that one time at the Revolution, and just a little bit, about my neighborhood. And we had a parade today. not really a parade, a funeral procession, basically.
Ugh.
They were bringing 9 bodies of soldiers from the American Revolution that were identified at the museum, and they were giving them a state police escort with the Patriot Guard being transported in Korean War trucks, donated by a local, collector of those types of vehicles.
Yeah.
And they were bringing them up to Lake George, and they were taking the slow road up Route 9 so everybody could pay their respects as they brought them up to the burial.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, I like that.
And to think they died almost 250 years ago. Well, for our country.
Yes.
And we're still treating them with honor. I thought that would have been really cool to put on a channel, but it was raining like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And plus, they leave Albany at 10 o'clock. I didn't know what time they would meander up my way to Route 9.
Right.
So they're like, I could be up there for like 2 hours.
Murphy's Law. Every time something cool happens, it's going to be raining and you can't film it.
Miserable.
Oh, man.
Yes, and I'm sorry about that, Rev. I can only do what I can do.
Oh, they don't ship to the UK. Okay.
My comment must have been offensive. Odd. No, I didn't see your comment, Steve.
Where's it at? This one? Steve, lose a little bit every month, but make it up in volume.
Right.
I guess.
I have no idea.
Yearly average, average maybe come out a few bucks ahead or a few bucks behind.
No, not at all. Not at all, Steve. I'm not at all offended by anything, because now I'm just watching the ping pong ball go by in this match. And for some reason, I got lumped into the Legacy Bigfoot Researcher group, but oh well.
I still believe Steve is part of the men in black too.
I am
designed to just throw shade on any real evidence that comes out.
I've been accused of that too.
Yes. Oh,
thank you, Rev.
Reverend Quantum Bigfoot gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very kind to you, sir. We love you, man. Appreciate it. But, yeah. Oh, Rev, we appreciate you, man.
I have no idea. Go to top and show all messages instead of top only. Oh.
I don't know. There's so many different settings on this chat. It's and they've changed some of the things for us too on this side.
On this side.
It's pretty cool now. If we highlight a question and then, unhighlight it, I guess that's what you call it. Take it back off, then it appears a little dimmer now, so we know we've already featured that one. But yeah, that's nice. They added a few more features. They're probably getting ready to raise the price up on StreamYard.
Shh! Don't give them any ideas.
They've added a few features that I think are
more than a few. More than a few. Even today they added something. I forgot what it was, but you can now. Really?
Okay. Yeah. The Patterson-Gimlin film. I mean, I saw it when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I always thought, well, that's what they look like. Okay. And of course, watched this thing for years. I mean, not every day, but seen it off and on over the years. And I thought, oh, that's what they look like. Right. Until I actually had a sighting. And then, after I had a sighting, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's different. That's different. This is a female. And although that does look like the big male, that doesn't look like a female. But that one's got boobies.
Thank you much, Summer Thunder. We appreciate that. And like I say, the one thing, and I appreciate that, the one thing I've tried to do, and we've tried to do with this channel, is that we don't have guests every week anymore, right? And we've expanded our show to be a few nights a week rather than one night a week, because you get into a rut of doing the same.
Thank you, Summer. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And thank you for being here.
Yeah. Tickled to have you.
It's, we did the formula for so many years where you get a guest every week, you interview the guest, and then you wait till another week and you do it again. And you don't really get to cover all the stories. And the reason why we broke the show down into 2 or 3 episodes a week is because we wanted to cover breaking news as it happened relatively quick. And thank you, Walter.
Oh, Walter. Walter Kroll gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Walter.
And our chat always tries to outdo one another.
We love you guys.
We do.
You guys are great. We're not worthy, but thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Walter's a big fan. So, I've got no skin in the game about the Patterson-Gimlin film. It is what it is.
Nope. Right. I always thought it was cool that it was the longest running piece of video evidence that hadn't been debunked. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Right. One of the things, one of the things I've always, get your nose out of there. I don't know what you're thinking. He's in one of my boxes over here. Get out of there.
Oh, yeah.
I just noticed he's kind of
checking for treats.
I'm going to take care of the office assistant 1 second because he's getting a little rambunctious. Usually he doesn't do this mid-show, but he's being a bad office assistant.
He's sniffing around for something to snack on. See if you can find him a bacon bit or something, or a chew stick. I caught that, Walter. Oh, Ghostbusters reference off the top there. Oh, yeah, Rev, that's true. You cannot choose who the gifted memberships or subs go to, and that's the thing. It seems like to me that they would fix that to where it was whoever would be in the live chat, but I don't think they do that. I think it just goes out to some random members that you may not even know them, or they may not even enter the chat. Who knows? But we got a lot of subscribers that are just never look at the live stuff, just watch a video every now and then, I suppose. Kaiju Ninja says, why do you think it's taken so long for capturing Bigfoot to capture a distribution deal? Well, do you think debunking the Patterson-Gimlin film like this would cause great interest? Yes, I think it would. Oh, my goodness, Jay.
Thank you so much, Jay, with a super chat. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Jay. And Jay says, thank you, 2 gentlemen, for never changing. Truth matters. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Appreciate it. $15, Jay.
Thank you so much.
That's too much. Thank you.
God, hey, you know what? Here's a little bit of truth. These bacon treats do not taste like bacon. Just want to let everybody know that. Do not snack on them.
Oh, man.
There, we just gave him the other one.
Well, the calf starter does taste like a Nutri-Grain bar. You can get a 50-pound bag of calf starter feed. Tastes like Nutri-Grain, some sort of health food bar. Chew on.
And if I may do a quick aside, the wife goes to bed, and usually I'm up, and she's in the bedroom doors closed, and the shepherd goes in with her because that was her dog. So she's, the dog is, like he will stay with me because I've had him since he was 6 weeks old.
Yes.
The shepherd will stay with her because she's the one who did the rescue and was with her for like almost a year before we got together.
Your dogs have chosen their persons.
Right. But what'll happen is if I go to the cabinet that the treats are in, the shepherd hears, I can hear her getting out of bed. Mm-hmm. So I take the treat, slip it halfway under the door, and it gets snatched out of my hand. It's the funniest thing in the world. Lay down, you've had enough.
Oh, man.
And now he's sitting there licking his chops, smiling at me.
Oh, well.
Like, you got more? You got more?
He's happy.
He is.
Well, We get those little bags of chew sticks from the Dollar General store every now and when they have them in stock. They're the pretty popular product, but it's like I don't know, $3 or $4 for like I don't know 60 or 100 or something. I don't know. It's a pretty good sized bag for just a few bucks. And man, our people really loves them. They really do.
I'm getting the stare down right now. He's still sitting there just looking at me.
Yeah, those Yorkies, you give them a little chew stick and they all find a corner somewhere. They're happy for like, 2 minutes. Then they're back wanting another one.
So.
Well, Study Sasquatch, welcome. Good to see you.
There seems to be so much personality into this argument going back and forth that, frankly, I'm just looking at the evidence of the matter. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even think my opinion cares in the matter. It don't matter.
Nope.
Because when you deal with a belief system, and that see, there's the real crux of the matter here, is that for a lot of people, the Patterson-Gimlin film is become part of, that's right, they have become part of their belief system. And trying to tear that down will evoke a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
And will evoke a lot of anger to some.
Right.
And that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah, they're basing their belief in Bigfoot on this film.
Or their belief in Bigfoot is propagated by the film.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the sole reason, but it's the strongest evidence, they always say. But we all know in reality, it's not really evidence, is it?
Just a video.
We talk about it amongst ourselves, but it's never proven to science as evidence.
Right.
Right? So it's not really evidence, but it's something that the culture stands by. The greater Bigfoot culture stands by. And there are people that stand out and say, no, no, no. But you see, understand. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, none of us were there when that was filmed. No. The best we can do is say, well, we either like it or we don't like it.
Right. But my point is that understanding the psychology of people and why people believe the way they believe things, the psychology of Bigfoot, and why they don't believe things is inherent to people. And it has made me over the last week and a half or so, not really care about the Patterson-Gimlin film debate. Does that make sense?
Well, I think it's kind of, the whole debate going on is kind of silly, especially people going to war over it. We got one side, just die hard, it's real, and the other side, well, it's fake, and people are going to war over that. And most of them, probably 95%, have not even seen the documentary yet. So, I'm going to base my opinion on what I see in the documentary, but from what I've seen, from the descriptions of the documentary, I'm saying it don't look good for the Patterson-Gimlin film. No. If that checks out, and there's no reason to doubt that Eric
is lying. Exactly.
Right. There's no reason to doubt his word on this. And we thought we had something before, but that turned out to be incorrect, and we corrected that. We thought he may have had a bias going in, but he did not, and we corrected that. Yep. So we have no reason to believe that he would be making up stories.
No, I don't think that at all.
No.
Although there are some people on the other side that say he's just making it up. No, No, yeah, you have no evidence of that. Nobody has evidence of anything. That's the funniest. The funniest thing
Yeah.
is,
And there's different theories, and I like some of those where, Patterson and Gimlin were working on a documentary and they did this shoot for the documentary, But something that doesn't make sense about that is, well, if they already had the Patterson-Gimlin film of Patty, why do they need to do a recreation? That doesn't make sense.
well, they never.
I don't get that.
Well, yeah, the whole recreation thing doesn't make sense to me because why would you make a recreation and not talk about it, or not? It seems like what would be the bigger secret? Filming a guy in a costume
Right.
to recreate a Bigfoot film that allegedly was real. Do you see how whack that sounds?
It don't add up.
and not go public with it. Say, look, we tried to recreate this, and this is the best we got. Why wouldn't you say that? Why keep it a secret? What would be more the secret? Filming a guy in a costume of a Bigfoot, saying, "No, we were just kidding around," or filming a Bigfoot? What would be the bigger secret? To me, it makes no sense that, well, why not include that in some of your presentations over the years, saying, hey, we tried to recreate it, here it is.
Right. Exactly. We couldn't do it.
We couldn't do it.
Even though, and Bill Munns himself said he's seen the clip. It's obviously a man in the suit. Whereas, the Patty and the Patterson-Gimlin film is not. That was Bill's opinion.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I just want to see it. I mean, release it, please, somewhere. I mean, put it on Amazon or whoever,
The problem is that there is some very bad minutia. There's a lot of holes on right now both sides of the stories, and the film may plug some of those holes for the one side, but there's holes on the other side that. It's like, it's like we just created this theory. Oh, obviously they did a recreation, and now all of a sudden maybe Al Diatley did this. We're talking like M.K. Davis. Well, I see red in that pool over there, so maybe John Green and Bob Titmus and this tracking dog, and they killed a bunch of Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same. Let's jump to conclusions because we have this item here.
Yeah.
Now, Tristan asked a question earlier about why is it taking so long for a distribution deal?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can depend on a lot of things. It can depend on rights, marketing, promotion, money. There's that word again, money.
Yeah.
Money, counter offers. What platform it's going to go to, what network it's going to go to, what time slot it's going to go to, if it goes to a network. There are so many things to be negotiated out and ironed out. And then once the deal is done, which I believe, just given their post from a month ago, it's been about a little over 3 weeks ago, they made a post that it sounded like they were alluding that they have a distribution deal. Now, the distributor has to find ways to create commercials for the program, to basically amp it up, to promote it, and to put it in a proper time slot at a proper time and date. And that can depend on a lot of factors. Could depend, is it sweeps week? Is there another program on another streaming platform that's coming up to bear that they don't want theirs to get buried in? Or perhaps they have like 5 or 6 documentaries already purchased and ready to go before that one. So they have to wait for the release of this one, and this one, and this one, and then finally the one we've been waiting for.
Well, I think he's missed the window for the hype. The hype is dying down now. He should have released this a month ago. the hype is really dying down, and people's getting to where, well, I don't care if I see it or not.
So Jen said that Mark Evans recently did a show on the Y-Files. That should be very interesting. I actually happen to like the Y-Files. Now the guy has gone to doing podcasts as well. So
Very cool.
shout out to the Y-Files. Maybe you can have a real Bigfoot investigator on there one time. Love to come on.
The Y-Files.
It's a great little show. And don't forget Hecklefish. Obviously, Chris has never seen it. Otherwise, he would know about Hecklefish.
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 No, that's a new one on me, but I have no idea what you're
No,
talking
he has
about.
this little CGI fish in a bowl next to him when he does his little movies and Hecklefish Heckles thing.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I just didn't register up here for some reason.
Gotcha.
I didn't know he was called Hecklefish. I knew the guy had a goldfish in a bowl or some kind of fish in a bowl
Yeah, it's
that made
Hecklefish.
comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Jen, the Y-Files does their show in a mock-up basement. Yeah. There may be a real basement as far as I know. I just don't know. But yeah, for me, we just need to all get a grip and just move on from it. I think the important thing is to focus on the research that's real. Let's focus on the evidence we get, thermal imaging, new photographs, new video, new audio, analysis of all of that said and done, and move forward from there. And nobody's out there trying to make any way of doing anything substantial right now. Maybe the Olympic Project is trying, and I know there's some quiet eDNA stuff going on in and out there. We know Darby Orcott has a project going on somewhere, and somewhere down the road, hopefully that'll come out. But there is a number of things that are moving forward, and we'll see what the future brings. If I seem subdued today, I don't know. Maybe that's because in another week to week and a half, I'm quitting smoking.
Ooh, well, that's good news.
And I'm on that medication.
Chantix.
Chantix. Well, the generic Chantix. And I'm not so excitable. I'm not like right now, I'm like,
Well, I've taken that stuff before, and it does work. It cuts off your receptors to nicotine, and so you don't get any pleasure from smoking a cigarette anymore. And I think that's a great deal. 99% of it, I believe, is psychological. If somebody wants to quit, they can just, crumble them up and throw them away and never smoke another one. But with the Chantix, since it takes away that nice little feeling you get from smoking a cigarette, it'll be much easier to put them away.
Yeah, well, I also ought to tell, I don't know if I've said this before, but I was not on my medication for a year. And I'm a type 2 diabetic.
Yeah.
So, again, that made me a little short-tempered even on the show at times. That happens. Reminds me of that Family Guy. I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I beat my wife because I have diabetes. I definitely, and of course, I was not feeling the greatest. Of course, I have hypertension too, so I was dealing with high blood pressure for a year. I was dealing with uncontrolled blood sugar for a year. My kidneys were being a little distressed because of the high blood sugar amounts, so it wasn't clearing all the toxins in my bloodstream out very well.
Yeah.
And I was feeling it. I was feeling fatigued. I was feeling very easily tired. Some of my muscle mass dropped because my muscles were kind of... but I've been now 5 weeks back on my meds. I feel marvelous. I'm back to feeling great again. And
I have a good fat mass.
a big what?
I said I have a good fat mass.
Good. Huh?
Fat mass.
Fat
Around my
mass.
belly? Yes.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's
keep
not...
my fat mass
that's
high.
that's organized muscle. That's what that is. That's
Jen
organized
said that
muscle.
she was mistaken. That was the director for the Bob Lazar story that was on.
Oh.
That's okay. Might check that out anyway.
Oh.
See what's going on with Bob Lazar and his new.
Damn.
What was it called? The sport model craft he talks about, which are 2 small seats or 2 or 3 small seats inside of a little.
Juliana McGill. I'm a Humboldt kid. Devil's lettuce grows in the gutters here. Compared to the Walking Dead tweakers, I don't judge myself. This whole debate's silly, and trying to stereotype people is silly in either realm. I just don't get it. Don't worry about it. Moving on from it. And I know we had a person come in here early. He's a friend of ours who said, I had 100 topics on this before. Why don't you move on? Well, this is my show, and I talk about what I feel like I want to talk about. Right, Chris?
That's right.
Oh, well, Chris, if Chris wants to talk about something too, of course, we let Chris talk.
Dude, if you want to troll somebody, just go over to the politics section somewhere and do your trolling over there. It's easy. You can get your fill. Please don't troll Squatch-D TV, please.
Even if you're a friend, don't diss the show because I this is stuff I wanted to get off my chest. Stuff that I feel is important to talk about. Not what you feel is important to talk about sometimes. And I hate to say that. I love our audience. I always try to give us I try to give everybody what's on my mind, how I feel, what I feel about topics, and be as transparent and honest about it as I can be without trying to hurt anybody's feelings. And undoubtedly in this episode, we've hurt somebody's feelings somewhere. But
Reverend Bigfoot says, if I want to troll, I go on X and make random posts and mute the conversation. Rev. Oh, yeah. But, go deal with, troll the politics. People always get angry about that stuff. That's why we don't do politics here. We don't want to make anybody angry. And Steve and I both are firm believers that the voting booth is private for a reason. Yes.
Politics, religion, that's all private stuff.
Right. Exactly.
You want to talk about it in your homes, that's fine. Here in this kind of quasi-public forum, it's our forum, Chris and I's forum, but we allow people to say what they want, except religion and politics.
We don't want to make anybody mad, right? That's not the goal. The goal is Bigfoot. Yeah. And moving the ball down the field.
And there's a lot of talk in here, too, about quitting smoking. And this isn't the first time I've used Chantix. The last time I used Chantix, I quit for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't go back. So once I quit, I can't go back.
Yeah, it's psychological. It is. I mean, once you get your body withdrawn from the nicotine.
It's 3 days. That's the physiological once you quit. 72 hours. That's the amount of time it takes your body to correct. And that's what the Chantix fights off, is they build it in your system so you don't have those side effects when you quit for the 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you continue on that medication I continued on for 30 days the last time. And at the end, okay, I don't need it anymore. I'm good. I've quit. Right. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 3 weeks, it was about 4. I haven't quit. I quit and I hadn't smoked in a month. I'm like, okay, I don't need this medication anymore. And I didn't realize you're supposed to keep on it for a while, but I quit it outright.
Well, somebody was telling me, I think it might have been John Gray, a buddy of mine, said that he had weird dreams when he was taking it.
You do have some vivid dreams.
Well, he asked me if I had a weird dream. While I took it, I was like, no, maybe I didn't remember them. I don't know. But he said he had weird dreams.
Yeah, I pulled off one of those last night. I'm like, wow, that was really a dream I remember a lot about. That was weird. It's like a real life scenario. And that's the scariest thing. Sometimes your dreams are just abstract, and these weren't. They're like, huh. But
well, I think some of the best writers like set their alarms and they wake up different points in the night, and then they write down what they were dreaming about, because usually in the morning you never remember what you were dreaming. But if you wake yourself up in the middle of the night, you can remember, oh, I was dreaming about this, write it down. If you like doing horror,
Well, and Summer Thunder is now a member of the channel. Well, thank you.
All right.
Very cool. All right. Chris, you know what time it is?
Already.
That hour goes by fast when I blab.
Sure did.
Blah, 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 blah. People are probably going, thank God. You don't have to hear, I'm going to hear that dude in my dreams.
Well, this will be put to rest as soon as that documentary comes out and we all have a look at it. If people are still interested in having a look at it. Of course, I got to. And you do too. We got to view the evidence. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is only possible because of you, and thank you so much for all the gifts and the memberships. We appreciate you guys so much. We've got the greatest audience we could ever hope to have, and we know this. We're humbled by your presence. Thank you again. If you get a chance, smash the thumbs up button. Hit that like button. It really helps. Leave a comment. Drop something on it. You can just type, comment applied. Anything. It really helps out. Check out Steve's books. Best way to support the channel, buy some merch. And we've all still got shirts and mugs and all this other kind of stuff too. So yeah, if you can't read a book, buy a shirt. We'll see you next time, guys.
And of course, you would sign off to me. I get a sneeze building. I feel like anyway, we do have the greatest audience. We love you guys. Of course, I want to thank Rev Quantum Bigfoot and Walter Kroll for the 5 gift Squatch-D TV memberships. Want to thank Jay Fritz as well for that $15 super chat. Love you, my brothers. And love you all, actually. And Summer Thunder, welcome aboard to the membership area. You'll see some things in there. Like I said, when I do interviews with people, they generally tend to show up in that area as well. When I can get them to come on camera and talk about their adventures or misadventures with Bigfoot. So, but on that note, we will be back Friday night with an all-new Squatch-D TV, where we're going to bust a hoax, another internet hoax going around. Got that all lined up. Had it out for about a week, but I've been holding on to that one. We're going to go over that one on Friday. Maybe we'll find something else as well, as it's been a while since we've done evidence review stuff or story review stuff. So I think that's what we're going to do this Friday night. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Squatch-D TV. And until that time, folks, God bless, stay safe, have a great rest of your week. Love you guys. Peace.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.